We're also learning new stunning information about Hillary Clinton's campaign and the DNC paying millions and millions of dollars to finance what we now know and knew then to be fake news, anti-Trump propaganda in that dossier. Now, this is the same document that used current and former Russian government sources to make all kinds of bizarre and salacious and completely fabricated accusations about Donald Trump. Now, that means that Hillary Clinton and the DNC played a direct role in spreading propaganda, Russian propaganda, misinformation, and outright lies to the American people to damage a political opponent and try to alter the outcome of an election. Sound familiar? That's the real Russia collusion. Now, unlike the lies and the conspiracy theories that the media, the Democrats, have been perpetuating and peddling for the last year against the president, in this case, when it comes to the fake news dossier, we have concrete facts, incontrovertible evidence. It is a massive scandal that can no longer be ignored. Now, understand what we're saying here. Clinton and the DNC paid for Russian lies in this campaign against Donald Trump, and the media ran wild with those lies. And one big question we have tonight is, why did James Comey want to pay the guy behind this dossier, Christopher Steele? And the Daily Caller. By the way, there's one Democratic media talking point today that was debunked there, that a Republican first hired Fusion GPS. That was, way before Christopher Steele got involved. This was just basic op research on an opponent. Now, Hillary Clinton's campaign, they paid for the dirt. They paid for the lies. They paid for the propaganda on Trump. And we're also learning tonight that a nonpartisan group called the Campaign Legal Center has filed a complaint with the FEC saying that Hillary Clinton and the DNC, in fact, broke the law by failing to disclose payments connected to this phony fake news Russian propaganda dossier. Now, Hillary Clinton and her campaign, they were more than happy to help create and spread Russian disinformation in this campaign against Donald Trump. And earlier today, President Trump reacted to this explosive scandal, and here's what he had to say on that.
I think it's very sad what they've done with this fake dossier. It was made up, and I understand they paid a tremendous amount of money, and Hillary Clinton always denied it. The Democrats always denied it. And now only because it's going to come out in a court case, they said, yes, they did it, they admitted it, and they're embarrassed by it. But I think it's a disgrace.
Beyond a disgrace, the president also blasted Hillary Clinton during an interview. He was on with our friend Lou Dobbs tonight on our sister network, the Fox Business Network. Watch this.
Don't forget, Hillary Clinton totally denied this. She didn't know anything. She knew nothing. All of a sudden it found out. What I was amazed at, it's almost $6 million that they paid, and it's totally discredited. It's a total phony. I call it fake news. It's disgraceful. That's the real collusion. Believe me.
Your thoughts?
There was no collusion on my side. I can tell you that.
Now, not only is the dossier phony, and by the way, not only fake news in this particular case, but Hillary Clinton and her liberal cronies lied repeatedly about their involvement in it. Take a look, for example, don't take my word for it. Look at the tweets from two New York Times reporters after the story broke last night. Maggie Haberman, she tweeted, quote, "Folks involved in funding this lied about it, and with sanctimony for a year." Kenneth Vogel, he tweeted out, quote, "When I tried to report this story, Clinton campaign lawyer Mark Elias, he pushed back vigorously saying you or your sources are wrong." Now, when the New York Times starts literally calling Clinton's team liars, you know it's bad. Brian Fallon, Hillary Clinton's former spokesman, he wouldn't rule out the fact that Hillary, in fact, may have known about the payment for this dossier. Watch this tonight.
You don't believe Hillary Clinton knew about this either, is that right?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't asked. I haven't spoken to her. No.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Shouldn't she know? Shouldn't you, someone so high up in the campaign, be informed of this?
Well, I mean, she may have known, but the degree of exactly what she knew is beyond my knowledge.
They're all running as fast as they can away from Hillary. Even the new DNC chairman, Tom Perez, put out a statement saying, I wasn't personally involved, but never denied that his predecessors were. Democrats, the media, have been complicit in this anti-Trump dossier scandal because they were quick to do the Russians' bidding and spread fake news and work as an extension of the Democratic Party's basically media operation. Remember, this dossier claimed Donald Trump in the Ritz in Moscow with hookers urinating on his bed. Watch this.
Do you believe anything about that dossier?
Oh, I think it should be taken a look at. I think they should really read it, understand it, analyze it, and determine what's fact, what may not be fact. We already know that the part about the coverage that they have on him with sex actions is supposed to be true.
My focus today is to explore how many claims within Steele's dossier are looking more and more likely as though they are accurate. The dossier definitely seems right on these points. A quid pro quo relationship seems to exist between the Trump campaign and Putin's Russia.
There is a lot in the dossier that is yet to be proven, but increasingly, as we'll hear throughout the day, allegations are checking out.
The famous dossier, which is getting a lot more credibility now than it did.
Well, I think that's important, right? That the dossier, right, which looked sort of out there at first, is getting truer and truer and truer as facts come out.
What I have learned or I've heard about the dossier, it's about his involvement with women. It's about possibly prostitutes that are involved in those kinds of things.
No, it's about Hillary and the DNC paying for Russian lies, and you in the media and you in politics and the Democratic Party then spreading lies. Now, keep in mind, this is the same media for over a year. They have been pushing this fake and phony news about and black conspiracy helicopter theories about so-called Trump-Russia collusion without any evidence whatsoever. Last night, only ABC News reported the House opened a probe into the Uranium One deal. Only one network during the evening newscast. Now, there's also another major component to this story we cannot discount. The FBI, the Department of Justice, have not been cooperating with congressional Republicans in their attempts to find out more information about this fake news dossier and the group that is behind it, Fusion GPS. Now, the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, welcome aboard, Mr. Speaker. Even he is now blasting what he is calling attempts to stonewall this massive corruption and investigation.
It's really frustrating. We've had these document requests with the administration and the FBI in particular for a long time, and they've been stonewalling. The FBI and the Justice Department needs to give Congress the documents it's been requesting, and they need to do so immediately. I can't tell you how frustrating it is to learn through the media, information that Congress has been requesting from the executive branch for a long time.
You could have watched this show. We've been saying it for a while. We've been saying many times also, the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, and the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein, they need to get their heads out of the sand, start getting to the bottom of this real Russian collusion. The American people have a right to know. Tonight, we're finally making progress.